Certainly, we had a chat. Good morning, Rotimi. And certainly, we had a chat yesterday about the markets. You said the market will maintain those gains we saw yesterday. Are we seeing that robust activity today?
Yeah, but from the early result we're getting right now, the activities this morning so far is pointing towards the market ending positively today. Presently, the market performance as at now is about 0.06% up, and we see more of that coming as the market trading process continues.
Right, that means from the last time I checked, the market is actually up further. But tell me about investor sentiment, Rotimi, today. How are we seeing investors playing the market? Suddenly activity is up, but you told me earlier that they seem to be more cautious this time around.
Yes, I think maybe for what we've seen in recent past, there is a lot of caution on the part of those that are actually trading on their accounts. That is speculators. They will rather cash in on a few gain on little gain that they get, and come back into the market rather than wait for a very long spread. So that's the more reason why we see a lot the fluctuation that we'll be experiencing in the last 2 months, up, down, up, down. Right. So I think investors are more cautious this time around.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the corporate actions we're seeing on the market today. And actually, we're hearing that 3 new market-making stocks have been added to that market-making basket today. Can you give us a bit of an update on that?
Yeah, 3 new stocks have been added today, specifically Prestige Assurance PLC, Dangote Flour PLC, and Unity Bank PLC. Those are the 3 stocks that now make up the 33 market-making stocks that we have presently in the market. And I think reactions to these is not far-fetched. But the most important thing to note about the market-making stocks is that all the market-making stocks have the latitude to move within a band of 10%, whereas those ones that have not yet been added can only move within 5%.
Right, and go ahead, Rotimi.
And at the same time, too, they are supposed to have intervention from the market makers. We've not seen much of that, but we believe there is a review of the process going on right now. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to see the market makers being up to their task.
Right. Well, let's check in on sector performances, Rotimi. And looking at the banking sector, I mean, the top tier hasn't been performing so well this week, although we did see some of those stocks up yesterday. How do you see that sector performing today?
Yeah, I think the banking sector is going to perform better than yesterday. At least so far for what we have seen in the morning, in the early trading hours of today, we've seen all of them coming up positively, even not so significantly. And I think by the time we are through with the market today, by about 2:30 p.m., we will have seen more gains in the banking sector. So the market, the banking sector will most likely be the best performing sector today.
Right, and I mean, certainly we're looking at First Bank. That's a stock that we've seen a lot of selling pressure in the past sessions, but today we're seeing that stock actually up around 2 kobo since we last checked. What's your take on what's going to happen with First Bank? Because yesterday we did see that stock sort of pick up at the beginning of the session, and then selling pressure dragged it back down. What's your take on what we'll see with First Bank?
Yeah, for First Bank, I think there's been that selling pressure since Tuesday, and we saw it more yesterday. And I think the early gain of yesterday was sort of spontaneous. But when the houses that have been offloading some large quantity came into the market couldn't resist that surge. And I think the selling pressure is waning presently, and I think at the end of the market, we may have seen it faded out. So I think the outlook for today may definitely be positive for First Bank, because it stands to be a good buy at any point in time.
Right, and I mean the consumer goods sector also has been performing quite well. Looking at yesterday's performance, Cadbury picking up, Nestle also recovering on the back of some cross deals there, and of course also on the uptick with Dangote Flour and Dangote Sugar. How do you see that sector performing?
Yeah, I think for the trading so far this morning, there has been some measure of tendency for the 2 stocks which I've just named, Nestle Foods and Cadbury, to go up again today. Because the bid I could see when I left the trading machine a moment ago, I saw Nestle Foods being bidded for at over 600 naira, and Cadbury Nigeria PLC also being bidded for at over 25 naira 50 kobo, which is higher than the 25 naira that they closed yesterday. So the end of the trade, the end result for today trading may definitely point in a positive direction for these two stocks and even for that sector.